G'day sheeples, welcome to another episode of Runny Nose. But before we get into today's episode, let's ask a couple of questions. Have you ever wanted to look at a box 48,000 times and still don't know what the fuck you're looking for? Have you ever wanted to breed pigs and then watch them sit all over your yard? Have you ever wanted to ride your donkey into the middle of the woods and then watch it get eaten by a wolf? Have you ever wanted to get your hands dirty and turn shit into money without using Bitcoin? Have you ever wanted to tell 22 stupid idiots what to do all day? Have you ever wanted to be on a hot date and your girlfriend just says, goodbye?
Have a good day.
Have you ever had a sexy night with your wife, whistled, and then a donkey appeared? Have you ever wanted your toddler to walk out the door and never come back? Have you ever had a conversation with someone and it looks like they're not listening?
Hello.
Have you ever been at work and never did anything for the whole day? I have. Have you ever tried to pronounce someone's name and this comes out of your mouth? Have you ever been to a national park, saw some people having a picnic and just wanted to kill them? Have you ever seen a woman neck deep in water, fishing? I have. Have you ever been at work and your co-worker is giving you all the wrong signals? Well, this might be the game for you. So, welcome guys to Medieval Dynasty. So, this is a great little game. I've been playing it for about 2 years. This is my 4th settlement and I still have lots of fun with the game. But in this episode, we're going to talk about these guys. We're going to talk about farming and what I farm. So my main crop is flax. Okay, so there's a reason why I grow flax, because this is how I make my money. As you can see, I've got a field of dreams up here. I think I've got 10, 12, 15 maybe fields of flax. But to get to this stage, of course you have to start at the beginning. So early on, like the first day, I planted flax. Okay, the first spring. So now I've got all my workers doing all the work for me. Basically, these guys are just making me money. So let's talk a little bit about farming. Okay, so farming is basically you put your field wherever you want, then you have to grub up the field, then you have to fertilize it, then you have to till it, and then you have to seed it or sow it. Okay, so that's how farming works. So there's a couple of things you need. You need one of these things, the hoe. You need another bag, not another hoe. Okay, so she's got a fertilizer bag, a hoe, and you also need a scythe or a sky. Okay, so they can harvest your flax for you. So, in the beginning, this was my first farm. Now at the beginning, you'll have to do everything yourself. So I think I found 6 flax and I bought 14. So I planted in my first year 20 flax. So I had to plant it, fertilize it, cut it down, process it, everything to make money. But every time you do this, so if you put one seed onto one square, you will return 5 to 6 flax seeds. Okay, so every time that you harvest one, you'll get 6 times as much back. Now early on, the game can be grindy. I've done this, like I said, for 2 years. I don't like doing any work. So I like setting myself up early in game so that everything is automated. So these guys can do all the work for me. So you need shit. You need manure. Okay, so this is what I had to grind. Okay, so people make all different types of different things to sell. Okay, so I had to grind to get my pigs. So I've got 3 pigsties, and then I had to buy 3 sets of male and females. And now that also gives me an income when I sell the piglets. But they give me manure. Okay, so there's 2 ways you can make fertilizer in the game. Okay, so if we come over to our barn, okay, we need fertilizer. So here we need manure, but here we can also use rot. So rot is basically just old food. Okay, so a lot of people plant cabbages. Okay, so I've got 2 little cabbage patches, but I use mine for food. Okay, but if you take out these cabbages and you just throw them on the ground, you end up with rot after a year. Then you pick up the rot, you come over here to your bench and you can make fertilizer that way. Okay, again, I don't like doing that. I don't like wasting the food. I like to have my food set so that people are using it and I don't have very little rot, but sometimes it happens. All the rot that I have actually has come from my orchards because I haven't got to making my wine yet. So let's talk about the process, okay? And then we'll talk about why I plant flax. Now this is summer, so this is harvesting for flax. Okay, all the flax is sown in spring. You can only do one batch per year. Okay, so spring and summer are big farming seasons for me. That's why I've got 15 people on this at the moment. Now we're into the second day. I play a 3-day cycle. Some people play a 5-day cycle. Okay, if you play a 5-day cycle when you start up the game, it's a lot easier. You don't need as many people. They've got an extra 2 days to finish off. Okay, but here I don't like that because winter's too long, 5 days. But you can just see here, they've still got another full day of work here. Now first, when the game first started, farming was a bit glitchy. So what would happen if you put down a field, okay, the worker would grub it up, but they wouldn't do anything else. So then when it came to the season of whatever crop you were going to do, so let's say flax, that is spring, they wouldn't touch the field until the first day of spring. Then they would put the fertilizer on, then they would till it, and then they would sow it. So all the work was done in spring. But the developers have changed it so that now it gets harvested, fertilized, and plowed back in. So these fields are now ready to be sown next spring. So all the work done is done on the harvest, okay, not on the sowing. The sowing is quite easy. So next spring, even though I have lots of fields, if I can do like one worker will sow that field in about 3/4 of a day. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 big fields, I only need 6 people to sow for the 3 days. They'll get it all done. But remember, you've also got other things that they have to do as well. So I've got 15 workers at the moment. I've also got some poppies up here that need to be... No, they don't have to be collected yet. Okay, so they will do about... This is about the limit that I can do in 3 days at the moment. If I have to extend out my fields, I have to get extra workers. Extra workers means extra barns. So these barns have to be close to your fields, otherwise you get a terrible crop. So this is where I'm expanding out next. All of this will end up being flax. Okay, so first thing you need to do is plant as early as you can. Get your fertilizer sorted out, pigs or rot. Whichever way you want to do it, it's up to you. Like I said, I prefer the animals because they produce piglets and I can sell the piglets. Okay, so it's just another form of income. So I've also got here, I've got my oats and I've got some wheat down over there near the orchard, which they've already bought up. Okay, so, and then what I do is that gets converted into animal food. Okay, so 1 oat grain, 1 rye grain, and 5 straw. And you have a worker, makes your animal feed. The animal feed goes into the pigsty. The pig eats the animal feed. It shits. You get the shit. You turn the shit into fertilizer. You put it back into the ground. It makes you money, and it also makes their food. Okay, so that's the basic cycle of farming. Now there is a lot involved. Okay, you've got to make sure that you guys have got all the tools. Got to make sure that they got fertilizer. So I've got some manure on the ground there, and like a bag, I've got 30 bags. Make sure that they supply the bags. They need size and they need hose. If you don't have any of those tools, they will stop working. So why flax? Why do I make flax? Okay, so here I've got nearly 3,000 and I've got 1,500 seed. Okay, so just if I sell the seed, I get 10 each. Okay, so there's 15,000 silver just there. So I've got another 28,000 there. But you also get flax stalks. So if we take 10 flax stalks, okay, so I've got 3,000 there. So I'll get 300 of them. If I come over to my sewing hut and I get rid of my arena, I can make a linen thread. Okay, so remember we were getting 5 for the stalk, 10 for the seed. Now we have a linen thread. So 10 stalks equals 1 linen thread. And now if we have a look, we can get 50.
How are you?
50 silver for 1 of them. So 10 stalks turn into 50. We get rid of the arena again. Now we can take that 1 linen thread and make 1 linen fabric. I better eat something too because I'm about to die. So now we've turned our stalk into linen thread, our linen thread into linen fabric, and our linen fabric is now worth 60 silver. So I'll just get something to eat so I don't die. Grab a couple of apples. So I'm into my 10th year. Let's have a look at my map. Okay, so this is the 10th year summer. Okay, so in my 10th year, I've got in the bank 50,000 silver, and after this harvest I'll have another 50 something thousand in here. Okay, so when you get your flax, you set up your barn workers, and they will turn your flax into flax seed and make also the flax stalk. Just make sure you don't sell all your seed. Okay, you can go through your management, make sure you have a look at how many fields you have, make sure you've always got enough seeds so that you can keep the cycle going. Now eventually, after I've got 2 stores here, I haven't got enough people at the moment, but at the moment I'm just selling all my fruit from my orchard because I have no need for it at the moment, but this one is going to be selling all my linen fabric and my linen thread. Now remember, the guys have got other things to do apart from just your flax. Okay, we've got to eat as well. We've got some carrots there. Okay, they've got to also, you know, do your animal feed, that sort of stuff. This one here, this one is an onion, this one is beetroot. Okay, so management of the farms is important. It's a good fun. You'll be surprised how much time you spend on it, making sure that all the people are doing exactly what they need to do. Okay, but like I said, early game, and another thing, early on you will find some apple seeds or pear seeds along the road. Make sure you get them in early as well, because they can take 2 seasons, 2 years before they start producing fruit. But also the sale of all this flax, okay, it funds you. You never have a problem with money. I've seen some people, you know, the first 4 years they struggle. Okay, I never struggle, and I don't do anything. All I do is manage. Okay, occasionally, maybe at the end of a season, because I only do a 3-day season, I might have to finish off something, if I want to. I don't really have to. I'm in a situation now where they can basically do everything and I can just watch them. By adding in my stalls, I don't even have to leave my village anymore. The only time I leave my village is to do a quest or to go pay tax, or I can ask my wife to do it and she can go pay the tax for me. Okay, so just remember that in the summer this is a three-stage process. They have to harvest it, it has to be re-fertilized, then it has to be tilled, and then next year they will sow it. Okay, so hopefully that's been helpful. Good luck with everything. I find this the easiest way to make money, and I can concentrate on other things. If you liked the video, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like. It helps out with the algorithm for YouTube. And like I said, keep on going. I like this game. I'm sure that if you haven't played it, you'll enjoy it as well. So see you later.